Our farm's name is Wilklow Orchards. We've been the 6th generation apple farm. We also grow quite a few vegetables in the summer. Apples are our main crop though for the fall and winter.
Organic foods is very shaky business because at first I don't really understand. Like some places you go it's like freaking expensive, and other places you go and it's cheap. But I do believe in eating organically.
People assume that the farmer's market is where it's all organic. We do get that question a lot. People just assume they associate farmers markets with organic. But some markets have organic farms, but this one in particular, none of the farms that come here are organic. In the Northeast, it's a very humid climate. It's hard to grow. Vegetables you can, fruit it's very difficult to grow without spraying.
I like to go to markets from farms. The taste is different, and you know where you get it from, and you know how the fruit grew up, and you can see like the leaves, you can see, you can smell it, and you can see like the difference.
Being at the farmer's market, what the grocery stores are doing doesn't really affect what we do too much. I mean, we're kind of a whole separate niche market. People that come here for produce, come here for a reason. They wouldn't go to Walmart to buy something organic or local because it's an experience. People come here to meet the farmer and learn about, they ask when stuff was picked or when it was last sprayed or why we spray certain things, or people feel connected with their food when they come to the market.
I like to pick the things that look more natural. I really don't like buying canned food or meat or any processed food because I just don't like the taste, the smell. And since I have eaten like so much natural food, it's just like they don't taste like food.
I wish I could grow the food in the background, in my backyard, and eat it, but I don't. I can't. I live in New York City. I live in Brooklyn, so I'm all for less processed food as possible.
For us, we pick everything when it's ripe. We don't pick it when it's green, and when if you pick something when it's green or not quite ripe, it'll hold longer on the shelf or in the cooler. But if you're to go, for us, we pick it usually the day before we bring it to the market. So it's when it's at its ripest, and vegetables or fruit have their most nutrients when they're right at that peak ripeness. So I think it is better for you. Definitely more nutritious.
If you go to one Dominican grocery store, you will see that the prices for avocado is much higher than the ones that they get here, just because they're natural and they're no processed. They don't have any. If they don't have the customers to sell it, they just throw it away because they don't put any preservatives to conserve them.
Some of it's necessary, but for the most part, especially if you're getting it at a farmer's market and you know it was made fresh and you're getting it from a farmer and you can ask him when it was made and a lot of it's not, you don't need it. It's more just shelf life.
Like I used to think, to stay healthy, it's a problem. Or to eat healthier, it's a problem. It's more expensive. But when you go out there, you realize sometimes eating a burger costs the same amount as eating a falafel.
And some of them cannot afford the prices, but just like once a week, it feels good to eat something that you really like and that is natural.
It does, for a lot of people, it does affect them, but honestly, the truth out there, price is not a problem. Price is an excuse. Price is an excuse.
There are not many places where you can get natural food or where you can see how they cook it. For example, if you go to my country in a restaurant, you will actually see how they take the oranges and pineapples and they make the juice right there. Here you don't know what you're buying and what condiments or preservatives they're putting in your food, and I think that's not healthy.
You realize how clueless people really are. They don't have any idea. And I think it's important to know what you're eating and where it comes from and how it was made and why we don't have corn in December and why. I think it is important.
one, you need to be aware of where your food comes from. If you want to eat healthy, it's a choice. Do you want to eat healthy and live longer? Then know where your food comes from. Take the time to read the labels. Take the time to find out.
I guess people don't have to know. You go to the grocery store and you can get anything you want at any time. So people are disconnected from the farm or where it's come from, how it's grown. It just, people have no idea.
I think the government do have a responsibility to let people know where their food comes from, especially those who live in the inner cities who can't do anything. We get our food from out there. They need to let us know what's going into our foods and stuff like that.
For some people, it just doesn't matter. They see the calories, oh, that has 500 calories. It's just a can of soda or something like that. And they don't even care because they have been eating it since a long time and they didn't know that. So why now it's gonna matter?
I want to live long, man. I want to be 80. I keep saying this. I want to be 80 and be able to jump out of a plane and not get a heart attack. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm all down for the organic foods.
Also heard that local restaurants like McAllister's and Subway have taken
traced
precautions.
to peanut butter products that keeps getting bigger.
Now, the
So far,
FDA
there
is
have been
warning consumers not to eat any varieties of prepackaged Nestle Toll House refrigerated cookie dough.